This video is not about the temptation to eat chocolate while you are on a diet or to buy an expensive piece of clothing you cannot afford. It's about the urges and compulsive habits that can ruin your life forever. Are you eager to find out what these temptations are? If yes, then sit back and watch this video to the end. What is temptation, and in what ways might giving into it ruin your life? To be tempted is to feel an overwhelming urge to do something. But unfortunately, it's usually associated with bad things, and tempting objects or habits are frequently portrayed as enjoyable in the short term, but damaging in the long run. The first temptation is number 8, people-pleasing. Do you ever find yourself going out of your way to make others happy, even if it means sacrificing your own needs? Do you sometimes change who you are just to fit in better with others? If that sounds like you, then you might be a people pleaser. And trust me, that can really take a toll on your life. You see, it's totally normal to want to be liked and feel like you belong. We all want to have strong connections with people we care about. But the problem starts when you're constantly trying to make others happy just to get their approval or because you don't think you're good enough. In the end, it's just not healthy for you. Being a people pleaser can leave you feeling drained, anxious, stressed out, and maybe even a little resentful. But the good news is that you can change this behavior. You can find a balance between making others happy and looking out for yourself. One way to kick out the people-pleasing habit is by setting clear boundaries. Figure out what your limits are and let others know about them. If someone asks too much of you, just be honest and say that you can't help with that. By learning to say no to things you don't want to do, you'll find more time for activities that truly matter to you. Temptation number 7, running away from your problems. We all handle challenges differently, but one thing is for sure, running away from your problems is never a good idea. If you have this habit, you should reevaluate your problem-solving skills. When facing difficulty, your natural instincts kick in. While you may want to avoid overwhelming emotions by distancing yourself from the situation, you're merely delaying the inevitable, because the problem will eventually catch up with you. For instance, if you have a significant amount of debt, ignoring your creditors will not make the debt disappear. Instead, it will make your debt bigger through interest and late fees. So, if you ever have a problem, don't rush to solve it. Instead, take a moment to think about it. Reflect on the situation, how you got there, how you feel about it. Doing so will give you a better understanding of the situation. It will also help to make you feel less stressed. As a result, you will be more prepared to deal with your problem physically and mentally. You can also research and find the best ways to fix your problem, or find how others dealt with the same scenario and take some notes. Then, use what you've learned to make a plan that works for you. Getting rid of this habit takes time and effort, but you will get there eventually. And this leads us to the next point, which is temptation number 6, comparing yourself to others. We're all guilty of this habit, especially now that we're constantly exposed to other people's lives on social media. As you keep scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, it's very difficult not to compare your life with other people's perfectly crafted lives. You might not even realize that you're doing it, but trust me, it's not good for you. While comparing yourself to others can give you a little boost of motivation now and then, but most of the time, it just makes you feel bad about yourself. So, in such situations, you must remind yourself that your self-worth is not determined by what you have or don't have. So, even though it's fine to admire a co-worker's big house or a nice car, your admiration should end there. The moment you start comparing your own stuff to theirs, you're falling into a trap that'll make you feel like you're not good enough. And before you know it, you're spending money and time trying to keep up with them. Instead, focus on your own goals and remember that everyone's got their own journey in life. By staying focused on your own path, you'll accomplish way more than if you're always comparing yourself to others and getting stuck in a cycle of self-pity. Temptation number 5, being lazy. You know that Bruno Mars song that's like, "Today I don't feel like doing anything, I just want to lay in my bed"? It's all about wanting to be lazy and doing nothing all day long. We've all had those days when we just don't want to do anything, right? But if you're feeling like this all the time, then that's a problem. Laziness is a bad habit that can cost you dearly in the long run. Lazing around can slow down your brain's performance and make you less productive in various areas of your life, such as school or work. You become a serial procrastinator because you always feel like doing nothing. So you often postpone your work or school assignments and wait until the last minute. This could lead to low grades at school and poor performance at work, which could get you fired. Likewise, being lazy can stop you from getting closer to your goals. It can also hurt your relationships with others, since nobody wants to work with a lazy person. To break free from laziness, figure out what's holding you back and tackle it head on. For example, if you're feeling unmotivated because you don't know how to do something, ask for help from a coworker or look up tutorials online. And watch out, because if you don't get over your laziness, you might find yourself falling for temptation number 3 on our list, so keep an eye out for that one. Temptation number 4. Gossiping. Gossiping comes naturally to most of us, and if you do gossip, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. But when it ends up hurting someone else, that's when it's not okay. Gossip can be super tempting, and sometimes it's hard to resist. Maybe you're doing it to impress someone, or just to kill some boredom. But either way, it's a nasty cycle that needs to stop. Gossiping can ruin your reputation. If you always spread malicious rumors about other people, those close to you will question your character and distance themselves from you. They will become suspicious of your character and will not confide in you in the future. And did you know that gossiping can even land you in legal trouble? If you spread lies about someone, it can hurt their health, business, or emotional well-being, and that could be grounds for a lawsuit. Imagine having to shell out thousands of dollars for legal fees just because of some gossip. Not so exciting, right? So, now that you know how harmful gossiping can be, try to stay away from it. If someone starts gossiping around you, change the subject. And before you talk about someone else, ask yourself why you're doing it. Think about whether sharing that info will do any good for anyone. If not, it's best to keep it to yourself. Temptation number 3. A sense of entitlement. You know, a lot of people have this idea that the world owes them something. Maybe you think your wealthy relatives should share their riches with you, or that your parents should give you the perfect life, or even that the government should just hand you a job. But here's the thing. In this world, you've got to work for what you want, because nothing's just going to be handed to you. Though it's not easy, people with a sense of entitlement can overcome this attitude and embrace new habits to achieve their goal of becoming more self-reliant. To do this, you need to understand that the world doesn't owe you anything. You've also got to accept that life isn't always fair, and it's up to you to make the best of what you've got instead of complaining about what you think you deserve but don't have. Temptation number 2. Giving up easily. When working towards a significant goal or project, we all have moments when we feel like throwing in the towel. When things don't go as planned or move as quickly as you'd want, it's only natural to feel demotivated. But that should not be a reason for you to give up. There are indeed times when you just have to stop trying. But remember that success involves enduring hardships, overcoming obstacles, and persevering when confronted with setbacks. Today's most successful people, like Oprah, Elon Musk, Jack Ma, Steve Jobs, and so on, have shown us that if we work hard and believe in ourselves, we can achieve a lot. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. This is one of the most inspiring statements by professional basketballer Michael Jordan. You see, Michael Jordan also has an inspiring backstory. In high school, he was cut from the basketball team and told he was not good enough. Can you imagine how heartbreaking that must have been? But because he was determined, he didn't let that stop him. He kept working hard, and now he's known as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. If his story doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. Temptation number 1. Taking the shortcut to success. Do you ever wonder why pyramid schemes and get-rich-quick schemes are very profitable? You see, it's because of people who are always looking for the easiest route to success. Today, people are in such a rush to make it in life that they're willing to resort to any means necessary, no matter how dubious those means may be. In reality, taking the easy way out won't help you reach your goals any faster. The key to success involves a great deal of effort, pushing boundaries, and making sacrifices. You have to accomplish all the necessary steps for a particular task before fully enjoying the benefits. And this rule applies to every aspect of your life, whether financial or health-wise. If you are desperate for quick success and always looking for an easy way out, you're likely to buy into many of the get-rich-quick or lose-weight-fast schemes out there, only to find that none of them work after you have spent a hefty sum of money. So, there you have it, some of the most dangerous temptations you should try to avoid at all costs. And while you're at it, remember that it can be challenging to make any change, but in the end, it will be worth it. Thank you so much for watching and staying with me to the end. Let me know what caught your attention. Additionally, if there are any temptations we left out, feel free to mention them in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Lastly, remember to like and share this video with your family and friends. And remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Until next time, have a lovely day.